of Impractical Jokers.
Murr, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Good to see you. My question is the one that, how do you do stuff without people knowing it's you? You're so distinct now. How do you guys pull off anything anymore?
Dude, we look like pharmacists. We don't look famous. Like, there's a reason you had a TV show. There's a reason you do what you do. You're a handsome guy. I look like your prescription's ready to come on into Walgreens. We're very unrecognizable.
So you're telling, because you have glasses like mine, and I think we look a lot alike. You're telling me it has to happen where you guys are doing something and someone's like, wait a minute, you're Murr, and you have to like move venues because of it, right? Sometimes.
It does happen. It happens a lot. But we shuffle them along, and we wait for somebody that either doesn't know or don't give a what.
Yeah. Is it wild to you at the success just of how many years this has been such a big deal? Because I would imagine at first you're like, we can't believe it. We got a show. But now, you guys have been famous and successful for so long. Is it still crazy to you?
It is as crazy as the first day. I remember when we got greenlit, we were so excited for a series. The night before, when the TV show premiered 13 years ago at this point, we were like, holy cow, this is probably going to get canceled tomorrow. But tonight, it's a success. And now here we are, older, fatter, balder, and still going.
What was the pitch for the show before it got picked up?
The pitch was called Mission Uncomfortable, and the idea was that we're best friends for our entire lives, and we just love and have always loved putting each other in uncomfortable situations to see how we react and squirm and talk our way through it. It was like a social experiment show, and then they renamed it Impractical Jokers. And I tell you what, we didn't really know what the show was. We were lying through our teeth. We didn't really know what the show was when we sold it. And then it was only like when we were filming, we realized, oh, got it. It's telling each other what to say and do and throwing each other under the bus and trying to squirm our way through. We figured it out as we went.
What did you think was funny when you were a kid that actually developed this part of your sense of humor?
Dude, right now, hold on 1 second. Stare at Nick Cage. I'll be right there.
There's a life-size cutout of Nicolas Cage right behind the camera here.
I'm sorry if that wasn't clear. That's not a cutout. That's Nick Cage.
What up, Nick?
He just hangs out. I can't get rid of him, man. So in my house, this is a signed script page from the movie Airplane.
Oh, cool.
The script page is from 1979. So I would say, the Zucker brothers, Airplane, Naked Gun.
Like Leslie Nielsen as an actor, like comedic actor, was he funny to you?
Absolutely, he's the best.
Did you want to be an actor, as a kid, before you and your friends were doing pranks on each other? Like, what was the goal as a kid?
Yeah, I always wanted to be a comedian. We all did. We all did comedy together in high school, and then college, and then started doing comedy together and failing for a really long time before Impractical Jokers. So it was always the dream.
We have Murr of Impractical Jokers on with us, which, by the way, depending on where you're listening to the show right now, Nashville, Indianapolis, they're doing the live show in a bunch of cities, especially that our show's in. Nashville on the 27th, Indianapolis the 28th, St. Louis on the 29th, all coming up. What do you do at the live show?
It's like hanging out with your best friends from TV for a night. It's a stand-up comedy show. All of us are on stage. We shot hidden camera challenges just for the live show you can't see on TV. There's some interactivity with the audience. We bring a volunteer up at one point, and we finally tell the story of my wedding. I got married 2.5 years ago, and do you remember like 2.5 years ago when Smash Mouth fired their lead singer, the guy we all know of as Smash Mouth? It's possible that it's because of my wedding and what happens.
Wow. Steve Harwell leaving Smash Mouth? Could be because of you, Murr?
I think my wedding might have been the last straw for the band.
Well, then I need to go.
They played the wedding as a surprise to my wife and our friends and family. It's my wife's favorite band, and things didn't go quite according to plan.
I think what I hear is your wife's favorite band was Smash Mouth. I think that's the headline right here.
That is really the main headline, yeah.
We used to do this prank called Will It Uber, because we would send really funny things across town, and our guess would be, will the Uber driver take this? Will it Uber? We try all these different things. But I would use my Uber account, and my Uber rating, it's terrible now because they give me really low stars because we're trying to Uber all kinds of stuff. Now, that being said, has the show negatively, because it has in so many ways positively, has Impractical Jokers negatively impacted your life in any way, like my Uber rating?
We got banned from Costco for many years. They let us back in finally, but for a long time. And then we got physically thrown out of Six Flags Great Adventure in Jersey, and they would not talk to us for years. But then they let us back in finally. So yeah, it's, anytime I want to ride a roller coaster or buy a lot of Kirkland signature products, SOL.
Do you guys have crazy insurance?
We're pretty good. We don't really get. We stay on the right side of likability a lot. So but we have saved 15% on our car insurance. So that's pretty good.
This show that I have here, Eddie, if you show them the cameras real quick and just kind of flash through everybody. Like, for the most part, this show here, for the last 20 years or so, these are all my best friends. That's Amy. This is Lunchbox. This is Eddie. So we've been together for, again, 20 years, basically. And so we've had to navigate friendship and also working together. And at times, it's difficult. How do you guys, who've been doing the same thing, how do you manage that?
By the way, only since you said Lunchbox, I will show you. Do you know what I have in my house? And it's one of my most treasured possessions.
It must be some famous Lunchbox. And that. Oh, you have a Breaking Bobby Bones lunch pail?
What?
You do, and I have one.
That's hilarious. First of all, do you even know who I am?
Did you not know you had it?
No, I did, but I would never think, because those are awesome. We sent them out to like really funny people that we hoped before we stopped doing the show they would share with everybody. But good thing now that we're not doing the show, he shared it, right, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes. That's funny.
I shared it when it got sent to me.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. How do you do that with your friends? How do you guys stay balanced and stay friends while working together?
I think at this point we're too old to make new friends. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go out and try to find new friends on Tinder. I don't know where you find friends anymore. I can't, it's like, you know what it is? Our relationship was forged in fire in high school, and we've been friends so long, we know everything about each other. So literally, we fight all the time. And then the second you fight, you're like, well, screw it. Let's go get some chicken parm. And you do.
How do you feel about these dumb TikTok challenges where the pranks are kind of over the top, mean and hurtful? Because you guys have been so cautious and just with vigilance too about being positive and fun and nobody getting hurt.
That was when we created the show, that was our whole crux. We didn't want to do a traditional prank show where you kind of feel bad for the people getting pranked. They didn't sign up for it. They're just the unwitting victims. So we said, well, how do we do it in a way that fits more like our sensibility? So we spun it upside down where the joke's on us and we don't want to do it. And you see us squirm through it, and the public is just kind of there to witness our embarrassment. I think it makes the show much more enjoyable for us to do because we're raised gentlemen. I'm not going to, do something like that. My mother would slap me in the face,
Does your wife ever go, Mert, life is not a bit? Because my wife is always like, hey, everything's not a bit.
Unfortunately, they've put my wife in bits against me. So last season they had me. They put a catheter inside me and then made me ride a zip line holding my own catheter bag. And then they had my wife, who has a degree in nursing, take it out of me. Oh. And that was 2 weeks before we got married. So I think a marriage that starts that way can only go up from there, I guess.
Yeah. Oof.
That's terrible.
Oof.
I'm so intrigued by the catheter zip line situation.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, this show here wants to go on a cruise, and there's a big, our conversation is they all want to go on a big cruise. I know you guys are doing the Impractical Jokers cruise. I'm worried that I'm going to get seasick because I do get motion sickness a lot. But what do you guys do on the cruise that we can steal from you that you're doing on your cruise with your people?
The cruise is great. This will be our 5th cruise. It's us and Eric Andre doing the cruise. It's in January of 2024. And it's a week party with the guys and I from the show. It's literally just thousands of Jokers fans and Eric Andre fans hanging out, drinking, singing karaoke, going to shows, putting on shows. We perform every night. It's wild and crazy. And I've never made a dime on the cruise because I spend it all on liquor.
Wow.
Lunchbox used to do club gigs, and he only got paid in liquor, and he just found out that wasn't supposed to be the rule.
No,
like that's what he did.
Yeah. You can renegotiate that contract.
Yeah.
You can get actually some kind of money too.
Lunchbox, anything you want to ask Murr before we go?
I just want to know, has anybody ever, I mean, physically that you know, I mean, because I know the jokes are they're on you, but do people ever get mad and physically like, with you guys?
It's only happened a single time, and it, of course, happened to me. I got whacked in the face and given a black eye. By the way, look how freaking cute my puppy looks right now. She's sleeping on the floor. Whenever I do an interview, she curls up right here and sleeps. I love it. Anyways, sorry. So it happened to me once. We were filming at this like discount kind of superstore, and this guy that's like 300 pounds and about 6'12", it comes up to me, and they said, Murr, we want you to hold. They ran down this biggest bra you've ever seen in your life, right? They said, Murr, go up to the guy, and without saying anything, hold the bra up to his chest. And when he asks you what the hell you're doing, say that he's approximately the same size as your wife. You just want to see if the bra would fit her, right? So he didn't take too kindly to it. He took out his cell phone and whacked me in the eye, gave me a whole black eye, and then chased me around the store for, like a scurrying little ferret. It took 3 security guards to stop him. I had to run into the basement behind all the guys because, you know, hopefully he'd go through them before he got to me. And it's the only time in show history one of us has been assaulted. But I deserved it.
That's crazy. Look, we're super pumped that you came on the show. Everybody in Nashville, everybody in St. Louis, Impractical Jokers are coming to town. Go watch the live show. And the cruise is January 22nd to the 26th from Miami to Nassau, Bahamas. And Murr, you even do shows by yourself, right? Occasionally?
I do. I got a couple shows coming up in September in Atlanta and Hershey, Pennsylvania, and then lots more Murr live shows to come. Yes, one of my favorite things, because in my own Murr live shows, I play Impractical Jokers live, meaning that I choose someone, I stick an earpiece in their ear, send them out into the streets of Buffalo, what have you, and we watch on screen in the theater, and they've got to do and say what I tell them to, live improvisation, you know, just in the moment. It's so much fun.
Thank you for coming on with us. Everybody go check out the shows. There he is, Murr from Impractical Jokers. Murr, thank you, buddy.
Take care, guys.
It's about an own show.